Welcome, everyone. Now joining the Believe in NFL Draft Prospect podcast. You know that we give you some great interviews with some of the most talented football players across the nation, regardless of level of competition. We have here at the highest level in the Big Ten, Mr. Quinton Newsome, star cornerback out of the University of Nebraska. Quinton, again, man, really appreciate you. I know we're during the season. It's super busy with class and practice and get ready for games each week, man. But I really appreciate you taking a little bit of time with me today.
Oh, yeah, man. No problem, man. I appreciate you for having me.
Oh, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. So, Quinn, I like to try to run these a little bit almost like a journey of sorts. So I've done, obviously, my research on you, going back to recruiting profiles coming out of North Gwinnett. I know that you're a Georgia guy originally. So can you just take me briefly through the recruitment and ultimately how you ended up at Nebraska where you are now?
Really just, they were recruiting me really hard coming out of high school. Me and Coach Fish have a great relationships to this day. And, just the family oriented feel of the program, making me feel at home with Coach Frost, Coach Fish, just having a relationship with those guys. It really influenced me to come out here, and I just felt like it was a perfect fit for me.
And I saw on a couple of the recruiting platforms, Quinton, that some people had you listed as a safety. Obviously, you play cornerback now. Were you kind of playing multiple spots in high school? Were there some teams that were recruiting you or programs that were recruiting you as a corner, safety? Like, what was kind of the position outlook, I guess, coming out of high school?
So my junior year was the only year I played corner in my life in high school. So other than that, I played safety. That was my position I played, and there were schools recruiting me at safety, corner. It really didn't matter because they know I was willing to play both of the positions. Even when I got here, Coach Fisher, he gave me the choice whether I wanted to play safety or corner. So I just got at corner just because I was just trying to get on the field early, trying to find a spot where I can help the team, and I felt like that was a great choice for me.
Yeah, and maybe talk to me a little bit about the challenges to play corner, man, because I know not sometimes, I mean, all the time now, you're on an island, you're working one-on-one a ton. I mean, that's my favorite part about your game, Quinton, is like for a longer corner, and I mean, you're listed at 6'1", looks like you have long arms on film. I think you really have great change of direction, good closing bursts, coming downhill, all that type of stuff. But talk to me a little bit about, I guess, the challenges of playing cornerback in today's league that just emphasizes we're going to pass the ball so much at a high rate.
It's a lot of challenges, at the corner position. You can never really take a play off because if you take a play off, that's the play that you're going to get exposed on. So, it's a position that a lot of people aren't, capable of playing. And, man, you got to take pride in that. DBs take pride in the position they play. And, it's a challenge, but you got to be able to, accept the challenge and just do what you know best. Trust your technique, trust what you do every week, in and out, and just believe in yourself because confidence is a very important part of being a cornerback.
Yeah. And interesting thing I just saw, Quinton, when I was kind of doing my research earlier was I know you had played a lot in 2019 when you were a true freshman, special teams, and played some defense. But then you go into your second year, which I'm sure you were probably thinking like, this is the year I kind of like take a next step. And then COVID hits, obviously, right? And you get the abbreviated season and all the trials and tribulations that offseason. How difficult just was that season kind of going in? And then obviously you took advantage of it the very next year. 2021 was kind of your breakout season. So how did you just kind of handle the challenges of COVID and getting through that 2020 season? And what was important year of development, I'm sure it was for you?
2020, that was I would say a tough year for everybody. Just, trying to get used to everything, the different things we had to do for football, this and that. It was something that, I had to adjust to. It kind of helped me grow a lot, just seeing stuff from a different perspective because I never had COVID to this day, but, just going on in the world, it was a big deal. It was just, during that time, it was just, you had to stay focused. There was no fans at games and things like that. So, you had to bring your own energy. And, I feel like that kind of helped me out to this day, just being able to bring your own energy, man, that's very important.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like I said, you kind of the next year, 2021 is your breakout year. I think you had 57 tackles, a bunch of pass breakups. I loved the corner that was playing opposite you a lot, Q. It was, obviously Cam Taylor-Britt was a fantastic football player, much different body type than you, but I mean, just the way that guy played, just such physicality and competitiveness. What was it like just kind of working with Cam and to be able to learn so much from, I'm sure, one of the better corners that Nebraska's seen in the last few years?
It was great, man. Just having him on the other side, man. It was just always competition between us. He taught me a lot of stuff. Just from, like you said, he was very physical, aggressive. And he helped build me into that dog mentality. And it was very helpful for me to be able to see somebody like that on the other side of me. And if I mess up, he would always get on me. Even the safeties, they were 6-year guys. So, if I messed up, it wasn't just gonna be okay, Q. Like it's like, come on, pick it up, blah blah. And it's just, I mean, it helped me start holding myself more accountable because I knew that them guys had looked up to me, and it's just like, it was very, inspirational for me just knowing that, I'm on this level and I'm capable of doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I like I said before the interview started for Quinton, for everyone out there, I was just kind of talking to Quinton that I kind of got a tip on him and was like, hey, this cornerback from Nebraska is a really talented player. So I actually went back and watched the Northwestern game first. I've been following along the rest of the season. And then I actually went back to a couple games from last season, Quinton. I must say, man, you see all the talent and the potential in last season's film, but I think you really have put it together this year, man. You look just so confident and explosive, getting in and out of your pedal and working against receivers of different body types and play styles, which has been exciting to see. How much do you feel like you've developed just this offseason and the player you are now? Because I really do feel like you took a big step from a good player in 2021 to a very good player so far this season.
I feel like I took a big step this offseason, having all those guys, who I just said, all the older guys, they all left. So, I know that I have a younger group of guys, I'm the old guy now, and it's like, okay, I don't have time to have a bad day. I can't have bad days. So it started, as soon as summer started, and just being able to take the leadership of the room, being able to hold everybody accountable, and it just making sure that I was doing what I'm supposed to be doing well. Just working on the things I know I needed to improve on. So I feel like I'll take a big step over this offseason.
And I know that you guys have obviously had a little adversity this year, not just talking about the records so far, but obviously with Coach Frost. I don't want to ask you directly about Coach Frost or any of the coaching stuff or whatever. I just wanted to ask you about, what your mindset has been, just trying to remain focused through the adversity and to focus on what you can control during this situation.
Yeah, basically, kind of what you just said. Just trying to, focus on, it's football at the end of the day. Control what I can control. And just trying to keep the team together. Just trying to make sure nobody, nobody's negative. Everybody's keeping positive. Still believing in, what we got left. We still got 8 games left. 8 guaranteed games left. So, we still have time to turn around the season.
Well, let me ask you with that potential turnarounds. I'm sure that there's some goals that you had set before the season, but just trying to look at the goals that you have now, because obviously things change and you have to adjust along the way. What are some goals that you do have now, whether that is from an individual perspective, from the team perspective? Like, what would make it a good ending to this season that maybe hasn't gone the right way so far for you guys?
I would say at the end of the year having a bowl game. No, that's a big thing I wanted since I've been here. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to, go to a ball game since I've been here. But just that, just winning games and trying to turn it around, because there's a lot of season left, and for me, just being able to show everybody what kind of player I am, and just getting my name out there, and just making sure everybody knows who Quinton Newsome is.
Yeah. Well, I think if people turned on the film, they would find out very quick, Quinton, because again, man, like it took me about 10, 15 reps to be like, oh yeah, this guy's a dude. Like he's a dude, right? So I wanted to ask you about your play style specifically, because I've seen you do a little bit of everything. You know, like I said, you're a longer guy at 6'1", but I think you got really good mirror and match ability to transition, I think is really good. So I think you have upside as a press corner, in off man, in zone. I feel like you can do a little bit of everything. Is there a style that you feel like maybe fits your skill set best, or is there a potential coverage that you like working best? Like, I'm just trying to figure out like what mentally, like what you see yourself as a cover corner.
I would say honestly, just like you said, I mean, I like playing cover 1, 2, 3. It really doesn't matter to me, but I mean, when it comes down to it, I would rather play man, just because if I know that, okay, this is the guy I'm guarding, I don't want to be in the zone. I know I gotta guard him, I gotta lock him up. I need to be a man. Like, so I would prefer man.
I love it, man. I love it, and kind of a part of that, especially when you were trying to get, maybe used to playing corner at the high level, because obviously, like you said, you'd only played 1 year kind of in high school at cornerback. Is there some players on the NFL level, past, present, growing up? Like, are there some guys that maybe you like to watch a ton, that you try to like kind of take some things from their game? Is there anybody that's kind of like a role model for you, I guess?
I would say one of the guys I've been watching for a while is Jalen Ramsey. I've been watching him for a while. Tre'Davious White, I like how he plays. And who else would I say right now? Yeah, those are two guys. And I watched a lot of Jeff Okudah when he was in college too as well. So yeah, those are three of the guys I watch.
That's really interesting, one, because, man, I actually think your play style is pretty similar to Trey White, if I'm being honest. And then you have kind of a Jeff Okudah body type a little bit. So that's interesting, just kind of, again, hearing kind of the players that are guys that you kind of emulated a little bit, or at least taken some things from. I guess my last question for you, Quinton, is, you're a fourth-year player. You could be a part of the 2023 class if you wanted to be. You could go back to school. You have a couple years of eligibility left. I don't know when ultimately you're going to make that jump, but just kind of looking forward for a second, because obviously I'm a guy that thinks that you can have the potential to play on the next level and play at a high level, in my opinion. Just kind of looking forward, I guess, two-part question to end you. One, how long has the NFL kind of been a dream for you? And two, just knowing that could be a reality in the somewhat near future, just how much of a blessing would that be for you?
The NFL, that's been a dream for me since I was a little kid. They always ask you what you want to be when you grow up. I say I want to be in the NFL. The teacher like, oh, okay, like that's kind of like they always bring up the chances, the percentage, blah blah. But it's always something I just wanted to do, and that would be a huge blessing for me just to be able to just to be able to know what I've done, know what I've sacrificed to achieve the goal, and just being able to see that milestone and see my family be proud, and that would be a big blessing for me.
I love it, man. I love it. Great way to end the show. Again, if you haven't checked out Quinton Newsome yet, go pop on the Nebraska film. He's number 6, long, athletic cornerback. Make sure to get eyes on him, because I know the NFL is taking notice behind the scenes. Quinton, appreciate this again, man. It's fantastic. Just getting to know you a little bit, get a little bit of the backstory, brother. Especially during the week, preparing for a game, doing the school thing, man. I really appreciate your time today.
No problem, man. I appreciate you for having me.